My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the Bachelor of Commerce 4th semester subject Business Statistics 2 as prescribed by Osmania University and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 1, the important short question is 1. Importance of regression analysis. Regression analysis is a method used to find the relationship between two or more things, variables. It helps us understand how one thing affects another. In simple words, it helps in predicting the future based on past data. Example. Imagine a company wants to know how advertising affects sales. Using regression analysis, they can check if spending more on ads increases sales. If it does, they'll invest more in advertising to earn more money. Why is it important? 1. Prediction. It helps businesses forecast things like sales, profits, or demand. 2. Decision making. Companies use it to decide budgets, marketing plans, etc. 3. Finding trends. It shows how two things are connected, like price and demand. 4. Problem solving. Helps find the cause of issues like low sales or high expenses. Easy to remember. Regression is like a crystal ball. It uses past data to predict the future. It's a smart tool for making better business decisions. Next important short question is 2. What is a linear regression with an example? What is linear regression? Linear regression is a simple way to understand the relationship between two things. One is the cause and the other is the effect. It shows how a change in one thing, called independent variable, affects another thing, called dependent variable. It draws a straight line, best fit line, through the data to show this connection. Example. Suppose a tea shop wants to know how temperature affects tea sales. They notice that when it's cold, more tea is sold. Using linear regression, they can create a formula like tea sales is equal to A plus B times temperature. This helps them predict future sales based on the weather. Why is it useful? Helps in making predictions. Shows trends clearly. Easy to understand and use in business. Easy to remember. Linear regression is like drawing a straight line through your data to see where it's heading. It's a great tool for smart decision making in business. Next important short question is 3. What is difference between correlation and regression? Difference between correlation and regression. Correlation and regression both show the relationship between two variables, but they are not the same. 1. Correlation. Correlation tells us how strong and in which direction, positive or negative, two things are related. Example. If study time increases and marks also increase, there is a positive correlation. 2. Regression. Regression not only shows the relationship but also helps us predict the value of one variable based on another. Example. Using regression, we can predict a student's marks based on the number of hours they studied using a formula like marks is equal to A plus B times study hours. Key differences. Feature correlation regression. Shows strength yes. Shows direction yes. Makes prediction no yes. Easy to remember. Correlation tells if two things are connected. Regression tells how much one thing changes the other. Next important question is 4. What is regression coefficient? The regression coefficient shows how much the dependent variable changes when the independent variable increases by 1 unit. In simple words, it tells us the impact of one thing on another. Example. Let's say a mobile shop finds this formula using regression. Sales is equal to 50 plus 10 times advertisement spend. Here 10 is the regression coefficient. It means for every 1 rupee increase in ad spend, sales increase by 10 rupees. Why is it useful? Helps businesses understand how strongly one factor affects another. Used in forecasting and planning. Shows whether the effect is positive or negative. There are usually two coefficients in a regression equation. A. Intercept, starting point. B. Regression coefficient, rate of change. Easy to remember. Regression coefficient is the value that tells us how fast the train, dependent variable, moves when we add fuel, independent variable. It's a key part of making smart business predictions. Next important short question is 5. What are the properties of regression coefficient? Properties of regression coefficient. The regression coefficient tells us how much one variable changes when the other changes. It has some special features, properties, that help us understand it better. 1. Sign shows direction. If the coefficient is positive, both variables move in the same direction. If it is negative, they move in opposite directions. Example, if more study hours increase marks, the coefficient is positive. 2. It is not symmetrical. The regression of x on y is not equal to the regression of y on x. Example, predicting marks from study hours is different from predicting study hours from marks. 3. Unit dependent. The value of the coefficient depends on the units used. Example, if we measure height in cm or inches, the value of the coefficient will change. 4. Used for prediction. It helps create a regression equation used for forecasting. Easy to remember. Regression coefficient tells us the direction, strength, and speed of change like a weather forecast for data. Next important short question is 6. If bxy is equal to 2.57 and byx is equal to 1.12, find coefficient of correlation and discuss the situation. To find the coefficient of correlation, R when given bxy is equal to 2.57, regression coefficient of x on y. byx is equal to 1.12, regression coefficient of y on x. Formula. Now, plug in the values. R is equal to 1.697. But here's the important point. Note. The coefficient of correlation, R, must always be between -1 and +1. Since we got 1.697, which is more than 1, this is not possible. It means something is wrong with the data or the regression coefficients. Conclusion. The calculated value is invalid. This suggests an error in calculation, data collection, or the regression values themselves are incorrect. In real life, this means the relationship between x and y is not trustworthy or the analysis needs to be rechecked. Easy to remember. If R is more than 1 or less than -1, there's something wrong, go check the data. Next important short question is 7. Given the two regression coefficient byx is equal to 0.4 and bxy is equal to 0.9, find the value of correlation coefficient, R. We are given byx is equal to 0.4, regression coefficient of y on x. bxy is equal to 0.9, regression coefficient of x on y. Formula to find correlation coefficient, R. R is equal to b underscore xy plus b underscore yy. R is equal to 0.9 times 0.4 is equal to 0.36 is equal to 0.6. Final answer. R is equal to 0.6. Interpretation. Since r is equal to 0.6, r is equal to 0.6, it shows a moderate positive relationship between x and y. This means when x increases, y also tends to increase, but not perfectly. Easy to remember. Multiply both regression values, take the square root, and you get the correlation's truth. Next important short question is 8. Discuss in brief the components of time series. Components of time series. A time series is a collection of data points recorded over time, like daily stock prices, monthly sales, or yearly rainfall. To understand the pattern in such data, we break it into 4 main components. 1. Trend. This shows the general direction of data over a long period, either upward, downward, or stable. Example, a company's yearly sales increasing slowly over 5 years. 2. Seasonal variation. These are regular changes that repeat over specific time periods, like months or seasons. Example, ice cream sales are higher in summer and lower in winter. 3. Cyclical variation. These are long-term ups and downs due to business cycles, boom and recession. Example, real estate prices going up for a few years, then dropping. 4. Irregular variation. These are sudden, unexpected changes due to events like natural disasters or strikes. Example, sales dropping suddenly due to a lockdown. Easy to remember. Time series is equal to trend plus season plus cycle plus surprise. These 4 parts help businesses plan better for the future. Next unit 1. Important long questions. First important long question is: given x is equal to 56, y is equal to 40, x2 is equal to 524, y2 is equal to 256, xy is equal to 364, n is equal to 8. Find the 2 regression equations and 2. The correlation coefficient. Given information. Find the 2 regression equations. There are 2 regression equations we need to find. Regression of y on x, y is equal to a plus bx. Regression of x on y, x is equal to a plus by. To find these regression equations, we need to calculate 2 things. The slope of the regression line, denoted by b or b. The intercept of the regression line, denoted by a or a. Step 1. Find the slope, b, for the regression of y on x. The formula for the slope b is. Now, let's plug in the given values. So, the slope b is equal to 0.636. Step 2. Find the intercept, a, for the regression of y on x. The formula for the intercept is. Now, plug in the values. So, the intercept a is equal to 0.55375. Step 3. Write the regression equation for y on x. Now, we can write the regression of y on x as y is equal to 0.55375 plus 0.636x. Step 4. Find the slope, b, for the regression of x on y. The formula for the slope b is. Let's plug in the values. So, the slope b is equal to 1.5. Step 5. Find the intercept, a, for the regression of x on y. The formula for the intercept is. Now, plug in the values. So, the intercept a is equal to minus 0.5. Step 6. Write the regression equation for x on y. Now, we can write the regression of x on y as x is equal to minus 0.5 plus 1.5y. 2. Find the correlation coefficient, r. The formula for the correlation coefficient r is, where B is the slope of the regression of y on x. B is the slope of the regression of x on y. We already know that B is equal to 0.636. B is equal to 1.5. Now, plug these values into the formula. R is equal to 0.636 times 1.5. R is equal to 0.954. R 0.977. So, the correlation coefficient R 0.977. This means that there is a strong positive correlation between x and y, as the value of R is close to 1. Summary of results. Regression of y on x. Y is equal to 0.55375 plus 0.636x. Regression of x on y. X is equal to minus 0.5 plus 1.5y. Correlation coefficient R. R 0.977. I hope this breakdown helps you understand the steps easily. The key idea is to first find the slopes and intercepts using the given formulas A. Next important long question is: to given the following data. Next important long question is: calculate the two regression equations of x on y and y on x from the data given. Next important question is: for obtain regression equation of y on x and estimate y when x is equal to 55 from the following. I hope you understand easily each question. All the best, students, for your upcoming exam. For other subject quick revision, important questions, previous question papers, and syllabus. Links are available in description. Check out once. Thank you for watching. Like and share this video with your friends.